Hi scientists, it's time for those of you that want to do Investigation 5 to do so. So this is about building a model water habitat. So here I have my water habitat, and these are the plants that I've designed to go into my water habitat. So parents, please use the teacher guide to help guide your students slash children through this project. You should have most of the things that you need to complete this in your white bag. So mine are kind of used, so you should have pipe cleaners, you should have some yarn, and you should have this foam paper. Mine was white and I colored it green. So I know some of you have green, some of you have white, some of you have blue. Because of COVID, we had to do the best we could because all the stores are closed. So Mrs. Wright got what she could get, the best she could get for this assignment. The tape is mine. Oh, also the Model Magic is in your kit. The tape is mine, obviously not supplied for you. Scissors, and I got some wax paper. This is actually parchment paper. That's how I made the flowers, which you'll see in a second. So these are the materials that you need to do Investigation 5, building your model water plant. Okay, so there's a couple examples of pictures here. Water lilies. This is called an underwater plant. This is called a fixed plant. So I made this PDF for you. Aquatic paths. There's 3 types of aquatic plants. There's a free floating plant. These are the ones that float freely. They don't have roots that go all the way to the ground. The leaves, these are their adaptations. The leaves are light and spongy, so the plant won't sink. So examples of this are a water hyacinth. So this is what a water hyacinth looks like. And the roots are kind of like a bunch at the bottom. This is my model of a water hyacinth that I built. So there's the roots, there I used the foam for the leaves, and then I used the wax paper for the flower at the top, and you can see the tape. That's how I got it stuck together. I kind of taped everything together, okay? So that's an example of a free floating plant. So the roots don't go down to the bottom. Then you have the fixed plants. This is a water lily. Lotus is another one that's a fixed. So it's got the broad leaves that float on top of the surface, and you can see there's like a long, thin stem. So fixed plants are in the soil. They have the flexible stem to be able to move with the water current, the current of the water, and the leaves are broad and flat so that they're able to float on top of the water. And this is my example of my water lily. So I use the pipe cleaner for the stem. Here's my flower. And I already have one of them fixed into my habitat. Okay, so the other example of an underwater plant of an aquatic plant is underwater. This is like a kelp forest. We have a lot of these in the Pacific Ocean. So fixed roots, that means that they go all the way down and they're stuck in the bottom. And they have long, narrow leaves to able to move back and forth to withstand the current of the water. So here's my example of my kelp. So the water level is going to cover this plant, but it'll go just underneath my lily, okay? So I'm going to so what you're going to do is you're going to make it however you want to make it. I just cut out the shape from my foam, and then I just poked a hole through with my pipe cleaner to make that. This one, to make the kelp, you get to choose, by the way. You don't have to make all 3. So for your plant model, you get to choose. So you get to think of a design and choose your materials. So pick one of these if you'd like. I try to make it as easy as possible. So choose one of those, and then, explain your design. You can explain it to your parents. And the adaptations are here. I've included the adaptations in this so you can know what the adaptations are for this part. And then you have the next page, which is what do you observe when you place your model in water? Does your model work as intended? What changes would you improve? Okay, so decide what your plant's gonna be, okay? Which one of these are you gonna do? Then you're gonna think of which one, you're gonna design it, draw it, write what materials you used, and then what are the adaptations here, okay? So I did this, and the issue I had was the Model Magic. Once it gets wet, it's not that great of a material. So try your best. What I did was I just stuck it in there like that. And I stuck my lily in there and kind of pushed it around and make it kind of flat. And then I'm going to cover it with the rocks. You guys can use the rocks yourself. So it's got to be fixed. It's got to be stuck in there. Okay. And then I'm going to put my little flower on the top there. And my water hyacinth, that's just going to float. See, so there are my roots. I'm just going to have that float when I fill it up. All right, friends, let's test my model and see how it goes. It doesn't work okay. I mean, it doesn't work perfectly. That's okay. Because on the second page, it says, does your model work as intended? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You just write changes on the bottom there to what you would improve. So I already know that I would change the, from doing this experiment, I would probably use clay instead of Model Magic. So if you have clay, you might want to consider doing that. So here we go. You don't want to overfill it too high. All right. Will my things work? Will they float? Let's find out. Will my model work? Okay, it looks pretty good so far. All right, let's try the water hyacinth. Will that float? Here we go. Look at that, guys. Mrs. Wright did a good job. So this is the underwater. That's all underwater. This is the broadleaf one. That's the one that floats. And then the water, this is the, okay, so you have your underwater, you have your fixed leaf, and you have your floating. Okay, so the free floating. So the free floating, the willy, this is the fixed, and the kelp is the underwater. Probably need a little bit more water there. See, look, it can withstand the current. All right, Mrs. Wright's project worked out. Excellent. But I can see that the Model Magic, it might be coming apart a little bit. All right, friends, I hope you have a good time with this. Send me your pictures. Yay. And print this. This will definitely help you figure out your designs. All right, friends, have fun. Enjoy.